I never actually thought I would be an economist, which means I guess I had a little bit of an unorthodox path getting here. I did study economics in high school, but I also did a bunch of other things. I did heaps of English, heaps of maths, some Japanese, and I really loved everything that I studied. And so it wasn't super apparent to me that I was really passionate about economics more than the other things. Then when I went to university, again, I didn't actually want to study economics. I wanted to do law, but I didn't get in. So I thought, okay, I'll study economics and really go hard at it and try and transfer. And then I did one semester of microeconomics and econometrics, and I really liked it, like way more than I thought I would. And then in my second semester, I did macroeconomics and a little bit more statistics, which I also really liked because I started to feel a bit more like I could engage with the economics that I would see on the news that I'd never paid attention to in my life. I actually started to find it quite interesting. I did some behavioral economics, I think, which I found really interesting, kind of looking at decision making. And what ended up happening was I kind of one more semestered my way into an economics degree. So by the end of my second year, I was like, okay, I think I'm kind of committed here. I quite like what I'm doing. But it still didn't really occur to me that I could work as an economist. I just really liked the study. A couple of more semesters in, one of my lecturers at uni suggested I apply for the RBA internship, and I interned in the bank's Asian Economies Research Unit. So I did a project looking at Indian steel production and implication for Australian exports of iron ore and coking coal. And I was so nervous on my first day. I thought, coking coal? I had no idea what that was. Knew nothing about how steel was made. Did we even trade with India? Like, it had nothing to do with anything I did at uni. Although that only lasted a pretty short amount of time. And I realized all the stuff I'd kind of learned about in uni, demand and supply, marginal costs, it all started to fall into place. And I realized all the stuff I'd been studying had these really cool real-world applications that I was finally getting to work on. I basically really enjoyed the internship. And then following that, I did my honours year in economics. Once I graduated, I came to work for the bank. And that was about 2 years ago now. So when I started at the bank, I started in domestic markets, in institutional markets, looking at bank behaviour, like who's borrowing, who's lending, how much, at what price. And I had the same experience that I did on my first day of the internship when I rocked up. I thought, I don't really know anything about bank funding. But I think the great thing was I learned really quickly that all of the things that I learned at uni, all the skills that I learned can be applied to just about any problem. So I spent a little over a year in that team, and now I work in economic analysis in the department's Asian and international macroeconomics team. And I'm the analyst responsible for commodity prices. I think the most exciting part of my job is the same reason why I really like studying economics. It's just that there's so much you can look at, and I'm always surprised by what I get to learn in my job. I guess it's the novelty of everything. You get to kind of apply economics to a lot of things that are going on in the real world, and there are a huge range of topics that you look at. I'd say give it a go if you don't really know what you want to do, because I think you can kind of put the economics of just ahead of any word, really, because all economics really is kind of a framework for thinking and solving problems. And so once you have all these tools, you can find interesting problems that you like and apply them.